Hello lovelies, today we're talking 7 different summer trends to shop your closet for beyond stripes and linen. Perhaps you didn't know that some of the things that you have kind of pushed to the back of your closet are actually really trendy right now and items that you should dust off and rethink styling them for the season. Today's the first day of summer and we're having an unusually warm day, 90 degrees in upstate New York, which is unheard of. I usually sit here and complain and point to my gloomy weather outside. Not today, it's sunny, it's hot, and this is all I can muster wearing today. I would love to hear where you're from. It really helps me create better content and get to know you a little bit, and it's always nice to chat in the comments. The first trend to shop your closet for in summer 2025 is polka dots. Polka dots are everywhere. Every time I open up any app, they're just sitting right there. And I have always had a weakness for them since middle school, a long love affair with polka dots. And the beauty about them is that they're so classic, and you never see a polka dot fashion item and think, wow, this is way out of style, or this is so last year, because they're one of those things that have such great staying power. And I bet that you have several polka dot pieces in your closet, or at least one. Some of the pieces that I have really loved wearing are a polka dot slip skirt, a bow tie top that's really fun, a maxi dress that's off the shoulder, button down shirts, as well as blazers. So I've kind of like run the gamut here with polka dots. A great way to start incorporating mixing prints together with florals or stripes. They're a really easy print to style and just feel really classic. And I personally love sticking to the black and white polka dots. I think that those are the ones that, in my opinion, remain really classic. However, you can really venture out and play with whatever your favorite colors are. I do have this one blue and white polka dot dress that I really love. And I'm so glad I'm talking about it because it is sitting in the back of my closet and I need to wear it again this summer. And just remember that it's almost impossible to mess up styling polka dots. So really have fun with it, express yourself. It's a great way to feel very classic looks. And I also love wearing it with red lipstick as well. I think it looks very striking and ladylike. Add some raffia details to it just to make it more like European summer aesthetic, and you'll have amazing outfits. Number 2 is meaningful minimalist. And what I mean by that is minimalism is kind of hovering around this kind of backdrop of maximalism, which I covered in my first video this year where we covered 2025 fashion trends, where there's this big polarizing situation where on one hand we do see a lot of maximalism, not only structures, but also fabrics and textures that are to the max, like Valentino and YSL. So much fun and expression. And then on the other hand, we just see a lot of really clean lines and just return to basics. So there's kind of something for everyone. So if you are somebody that likes cleaner lines and kind of like not the fuss of ruffles and that whole romance thing that we're seeing, then there's a few different things that are bubbling into that meaningful minimalism. Number 1 is what they're calling like a scoop neck tank top that many of us have, but this is like a deliberate line. You know how sometimes like the square line is a little bit more trendy, or a V-neck? Now it's the scoop. And so if you have that lying around, it's a great way to feel in the know and look really of the moment. I think also classics with a twist. And a great way to think about this is, for example, if you do love a white tank top that's very refreshing and goes with so much during the summer, then adding maybe a black trim to it. We've seen this a lot, particularly in bathing suits. I feel like if your bathing suit isn't trimmed, then it's not of 2025. Like it just feels like everybody's swimsuit has like a little trim on it. And I feel like that was the case last year with dresses. There was so much trimming everywhere that you saw with dresses. So it's a way for minimalism to have some sort of statement. And so maybe it's just a very clean cut linen shirt that has just like a little bow tie. Other examples of this minimalism is having a very simple bag with no logos and nothing loud about it, but maybe the shape is a little bit extra. The bag that comes to mind is from the Row, and Quince has one that looks exactly the same at a fraction of the cost in case you kind of want to play around with the silhouette. Their stuff is so high quality, I really love them. Another example is a satin or silk slip dress that might have some ruching or some drop waist lines that again create just a little bit of interest to an otherwise very, very simple and basic line. 3 is scarves, and this we've kind of seen it pressing forward over the last year. Last fall we started seeing a lot of like these triangle scarves being sold to us that was really just like a scarf folded in half and just worn kind of like over your sweater. We started seeing it then. Since then, there's been so much of like for example, my little headband. This is actually really old, and I didn't even mean to do this, but I did pull it out recently because I have seen like that scarves and printed scarves are just in so many different places that even subconsciously, without thinking, I just pulled it out from the very back of my drawer and thought, oh, let's just revisit this. But here I am wearing it, and it's perfect because I really need my hair out of my face. My hair is not working today, and that's the really great thing about scarves. They can just save a bad hair day. They can save kind of a basic, boring outfit. They're pretty functional when you need to like waist something quickly. But in particular, the way that I love wearing a scarf, other than like a deliberate headband like this, is just by tying it around and securing it here at the nape of my neck and just easily pulling my hair back. It's such an easy way to do it. Also with the twilly, you can just cinch it into a ponytail and have your hair out of your face really quickly. Not only are scarves very much being worn as in their original state, around your neck and all over your bags, all the things, but we're also seeing them actually incorporated into our clothes. I just ordered this set by Anthropologie. It's like a matching set that feels like it was made out of a scarf, and I really love that. We're also seeing dresses like that. So many really fun prints, feel very luxurious, but also a little bit loungy and more relaxed. Kind of like Italian grandpa aesthetic, which feels a little quirky, but also just like pretty approachable as well. And as I mentioned in previous videos, a big styling trend this year was putting it around your waist, and I even featured this in one of my outfits in my last video, 21 different summer outfits that you can easily recreate. So grabbing that scarf, creating an asymmetrical shape, tying it at the waist, really helps cinching it. And that leads us to trend number 4, which is so much obsession with the waist and bringing attention to it, making sure that it's got a lot of adornment. I'm very much a proponent of drawing attention to your waist because I think that for many body types, it really helps elongate us and provide balance. Also, when you are able to identify where your waist is, it's a great way to cinch up and get away with wearing like more of like the softer billowy silhouettes that we've seen a lot this season. A harmonious mix of different belts and create your own signature look. We're also seeing shirts that incorporate kind of like a sash, or even pants that have like a mismatched button where your eye is immediately drawn to your waist because it's not quite symmetrical. So that's another way that we've seen designers bring attention to the waist. Or even when we think about crop blazers and cardigans that have persisted over the last year, the reason that they're doing that is because, again, they're sitting right at the waist, and it's creating a place where your eye can go straight away and identify where your waist is in your outfit silhouette. So a scarf can be a great way to bring attention to your waist, belt stacking, even creating like more of a waisted moment with a flowy dress where you're able to kind of use like a hard bracelet and then an elastic band. I'll show you here on the side how to do it. And you can kind of create a nice little shape. You can draw attention to your waist, not spend any money, and completely tweak and manipulate where the eye goes in your flowy dress. Number 5 is night as day, and actually a really cute tennis dress from Aloe. I've recently started to try to play tennis, and it's kind of a bad idea because I just turned 46 and it's not the best time to be trying new movement, but I've done it because it's a great way to force me to leave my house because I work from home, and I really have no reason to go anywhere on most days unless I create like these artificial things for me to do or unless I'm traveling for work and have events, or it's like either I have nowhere to be and can look, you know, however I want, or I have to look really good. Like there's like nothing in between. So that's why I started playing tennis. But this would kind of be as kind of like a night to daytime because it's kind of like a slinkier dress. It's really cute, really comfortable, and works really well for like from day to night. But we're seeing a lot of these outfits where you look at them and you aren't sure if they're pajamas perhaps. Definitely a blurry line, not only in these lounge sets that we talked about a couple of minutes ago, but also even like maxi dresses that have lace detail or skirts that have a lace trim. And so there's a movement for having these pretty details that are very feminine. Lace is another great thing to shop your closet for because most likely you have something in your closet already that is lacy, and lace is another huge trend for summer 2025. It's also so pretty and feminine. You see some of these borderline pajama loungewear pieces with dressier pieces also is great in having your outfits feel really stylish and almost like next level streetwear because of that juxtaposition styling. I covered a few different ideas on my work from home outfits, how to feel comfortable and functional at home, like in the summer, but also not feel like, oh, like you have to change your whole outfit just because you're heading out. So having that outfit that has a lot of stamina when you want to be comfortable from home, but just also need to leave the house occasionally. Number 6 is a skirt, and don't worry, it's not a micro skirt. I don't know, why do these micro skirts persist? I don't really know a lot of people that wear them. So I feel like it's definitely something that lives more on like a runway, maybe even like really young Gen Z or Gen Alpha generation. But the skirt that we're talking about here is a maxi skirt. We're seeing a lot of soft dressing, billowy, the bubble hemlines. And even if you don't have a bubble hemline, like having a maxi skirt that is just very flowy and feels airy and romantic. I think most of us have a maxi skirt of some point, of some sort, and really the sky's the limit, whether that is a denim maxi skirt or a beautiful white linen maxi skirt or a beautiful white linen one, or the skirts have been everywhere, I think, because they are a really great complement to sporty athleisure wear. So when you have a pleated skirt, it's easy to pair with some of these polos and windbreakers and cardigans that feel preppy and sporty at the same time. So dig some of your maxi skirts out. There's so much inspiration to draw from and have you look really relevant for summer 2025. Number 7 is a favorite, if you will, just because I think it's easy to kind of hop on color trends. And I hear some people on here saying like, oh, color trends are so dumb, or they might rub them the wrong way. For me, I think color trends are a great way to lean into the colors you already like. It's not about forcing yourself to like now, really, be obsessed with butter yellow. It's if you've always liked yellow and it's always kind of felt like a marginalized color, then it's a great way to just be like in your face butter yellow. Likewise, I kind of started out my butter yellow journey with thinking like it wasn't for me, or just was like, I didn't really get it. And I've discovered a color that I really like. I think that looking at the colors that are trending of the season is a great way to dig back into your closet for the colors that have made your heart race before and that you've gotten them. They're in your closet, so you must like them. And then thinking, okay, these are really trending right now. It's a great way to look relevant and not have it be so prescriptive of like, oh, poppy red is in, and therefore, feeling the pressure to buy anything poppy red. It's just more of like, oh, I happen to have it already and it looks great on me and it's all over Pinterest. We have the poppy red, we have butter yellow, we have also green that has been around, I think, now for all of 2025. And then of course plaid, which has been a little bit controversial, and I don't know if you can really call it a color, but those kind of like ginghams and anything that's got little squares on it, if it makes your heart happy and you have it and you know it, clap your hands. I don't have a ton of plaid, but I have a couple of like Madras pieces that I think look amazing that, I wear with extra confidence, right? Because they're trending. And that's the fun part about fashion. It's not about like going out and trying to collect all these plaid pieces and forcing them on myself. It's more of like celebrating the things that you already have and that you bought because you liked them at the time. So make sure to check out Summer Trends to Skip. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.